Welcome back to our channel. My name is Jaco, and today we're back in Kalahari. It's quite interesting to sit at a waterhole for a few hours and just watch the coming and goings of the flocks of birds and to see how predators try and rush in to make the kills. This big, wide open dry expanse has a surprising ability to sustain a large variety of life. For life, you need food and water, and all the grasses that grow along the open plains and in the river valleys produce large volumes of seeds that can be utilized by the rats and mice and the big flocks of birds. The waterholes are also found throughout the park and make it easy for the big flocks of birds to survive in this open desert. The birds that frequent these waterholes in big flocks include sparrows, sociable weavers, doves, and sand grouse. They all have different approaches to the whole method of drinking, and the sparrows land in bushes next to the waterhole and then fly in masses and drink quickly and fly off again, and fly in again, have a quick few sips and then fly off again. The sand grouse rely quite heavily on the movement of the air for their safe landing, so they have a circle around the waterhole in the air, have a look, make sure that it's safe, and then when they come into land, they land against the wind and take off against the wind as well. That makes it rather predictable, so when predators hunt around the waterholes, they know that when the sand grouse arrive and when they come into land, they will land against the wind, making the hunting slightly easier, knowing in which direction these birds are going to land. Then also, when the sand grouse land, the females approach the water, take a few quick scoops of water and fly off. The males tend to land in the water or run into the water after they landed because they need to dunk their feathers, their chest feathers especially, and when they fly back to the nest, they then provide water to the chicks. Landing in the water or wading into the water makes you a little bit slower, and they tend to fall prey to the hunters because taking off can be a split second slower than it needs to be, and that quite often gets some of the males caught by the hunters. Caracal tend to hide next to the wall of the waterhole, and when the birds come into land, they jump up, the birds fly up, but they have a fantastic ability to leap high in the sky and catch the sand grouse and the doves out of the air. So they're also very efficient hunters, and when you do find a caracal that hunts out in the open by a waterhole, you have the privilege to sit and watch him for a few hours. He has quite a high success ratio and can make very efficient kills. When pale chanting goshawk hunt at a waterhole, they tend to be much more casual about it. They would land, sit sometimes on the wall of the waterhole, and just wait for the sandgrouse to land. When the sandgrouse land and they drink, as soon as they take off, the pale chanting goshawk just flaps his wings, turn upside down, and grab one of these sandgrouse out of the air. It sounds much easier than it is, but they do hunt very efficiently in this very casual manner. You will see Jackal hunting around the waterhole. They're highly intelligent, but even more so, very patient and persistent. There are new arrivals that tend to mess up a bit. They charge in way too quickly, prematurely, and then miss their target. You will see that some of them are relatively professional. You can see they've been at it for a while.
Got one.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for future videos.